Today we are going to draw a beautiful lily flower using stippling technique. Stippling means creating shading using tiny dots instead of normal pencil shading. This technique needs patience and control, but the final result looks very realistic and beautiful. First, let us begin with the outline of the lily flower. Draw the petals carefully with smooth curved lines. Now you can add some center lines for all the petals and add the stamen in the center of the flower. Then draw the stalk and also draw one flower bud and a few leaves around it. Keep your sketch light because later we will go over it with pen. Now lightly erase the pencil outline so it becomes faint. Now take your black gel pen or a fine liner and slowly start outlining the flowers. So we'll begin from the center area and carefully draw the stamen details. So you have to use slow hand movements and clean lines. You can add very tiny dots inside of the stamen. Now let us begin with the shading of the petal. So start with one petal first. So you can make one center line. Observe the petal where it joins, that is to the center of the flower. So that area will be darker. So add dense dots there. So remaining part that is on the petal surface, so add very light dots. As you move outward towards the edge of the petal, reduce the number of dots slowly. So this creates a smooth light effect. Now move to the next petal. So you have to remember one thing, that more dots equals to the darker area. So fewer dots means lighter area. So you can draw a center line of the petal lightly using dots and a thin line. Observe the reference carefully and place the dots patiently. So do not rush while doing stippling. Take your time and slowly build the tones. Now start shading the other petal. So some petals overlap each other. So the shadow falling from one petal onto the another should also be darker. So in those areas you have to increase the dot intensity gradually. Continue the same process for remaining petals as well. So keep checking the light direction. So remember that the area near the center of the flower and under overlapping petals should always appear darker, and the outer curved area should remain lighter to show highlights. Observe the dots carefully and do as same. Do it slowly and patiently. Do not apply too much pressure, just tap and apply dots. Now let us work on the stalk or stem. The part attached to the flower will have more shadow, so add dense dots there. As you move downward, reduce the dots slowly. This gives a cylindrical stem effect. Next, move to the flower bud, outline the bud carefully and begin stippling slowly. So the inner folds areas of the bud will appear darker. The outer side facing the light will have fewer dots. Try to maintain even spacing between the dots for a neat finish. Now we'll work on the leaves. Draw the leaf first. Now start adding the dots. The edges and the lower areas can have the denser dots for depth. So you can do the stippling slowly so the leaves look smooth and natural. And draw the veins of the leaf using stippling technique only. Do not overfill the entire flower with dark dots. So leaving some white spaces is also important because highlights makes the drawing look realistic. So stippling needs more patience, but it improves hand control and observation skills a lot. With practice, you will be able to create beautiful textures and realistic artwork using only dots. And that's it for today's class.